Hello everybody, this is probably a video you guys have been kind of secretly wanting, and this is my top 5 favourite cars out of my personal collection. Not in terms of casting, but like everything. So the colour, everything like that. By the way, I do replace cars in my collection with better colours when they come out, so if I prefer a colour of this same casting that I already have, I do replace it. So these are pretty much my favourite cars since I've started collecting, because I mean I do swap stuff out. This has been difficult. There's been some really good runners up, including that Skyline there and that Miura through there. For some reason this case here was just jam packed full of goodies. I'm hoping not to give away too much. If you've been watching previous videos you'll know exactly what goes here. But I did kind of sneak peek that in the last video. Anyways, without further ado, let's actually begin the video. And my number 5 car, I'm grabbing it from over the side, you can hear it here. Oh wow. I mean, have a little guess in the comments if you guys want. Here it is. The RX-7 from Mazda. In the Falcon livery, I think this looks phenomenal. It's really, really well done. Obviously, here's the side view. I'm not going to talk you through it, but I'm just going to kind of show it off as it is. And the reasons for me loving this is I think it's a really genuinely good casting. It was a Super Treasure Hunt in the 2021 in black, but I think this just takes it up a step. Whilst the Super Treasure Hunt version did look good, and it was quite a bland, standard looking version of the car, I think this one just looks way better. That Falcon Drift livery on this one just looks great. And it's really well tempered. A lot of lovely sponsors on this thing, and that hood is just jam-packed with loads of sponsors, and it's a really, really nice car. And this made it to number 5. It was really rivaled by things like that Miura and the LB Silhouette, but I did decide this one was my favourite out of those ones. At number 5 is this RX-7 in the Falcon livery and Falcon colours. Really difficult choice, like I say. I was sitting for quite a few minutes just thinking, oh my goodness, I don't know what goes next. And this one was also a difficult choice. They get easier as I go up the list, because I've always had like this favourite of mine. I just think it's perfectly executed. But anyways, the next one is a brand new casting for this year. There's a little hint. Now, this might change this list, because I might love these cars because they're a brand new casting, but next year I might go, ugh, no, they're not my favourites anymore. So I will make one probably every year, or maybe even less, just depends, because at the minute I'm getting so many new cars in the collection, it's unbelievable. And this is only mainlines, by the way. It's not fair to include premiums, because all the top spots would just be taken up by them pretty much. The next one, here it comes. The 90 Audi Quattro. A really, really lovely one. I've loved this one ever since I got it. I hunted this one down like mad, and it was getting to the point where I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to find this in the wild? But I did. And this is one that you should not sleep on. If you're deciding you don't really want it in your collection, please, please grab one. It is absolutely awesome. The colours are phenomenal on this one with that Audi racing livery. This is a really, really lovely touring car almost, and it was really quite competitive. And I've been informed, not on YouTube but in a Discord, that this was not DTM. This was actually before that stuff, so it didn't enter in that. I can't remember what the competition it entered in was, but it was a road racing one. People did believe this was a rally car. Lots of people think it is, but it isn't. It's actually a road racing Audi, and this is just a phenomenally done casting. I think Hot Wheels nailed this one to the T. I know a lot of people are waiting for that premium release of this one, which is pretty much inevitable to come out, and I would imagine if it's going to come out, it'll probably be with its older brother. I think it's almost inevitable. Not inevitable, because obviously we just don't know what Hot Wheels is going to do, but I think that's definitely quite likely to be in the same set. But there you go, that is my number 4 car. Now it starts to get a bit easier here. My number 3, and people are not going to like this. I know Lamley, I don't think he'll be watching. Well, he definitely won't be, but he's going to hate this. That this is so low. Or, yeah, low in the ranking. This 560 SEC or SEC EMG. Brand new again for this year, H case I believe, but it just didn't quite get to the top spot. There's some stuff up there which I just could not knock down for this car. It's a really, really nice one, done very, very plain deco or tampo work, and yeah, it's just great. Look at that, I'm just admiring it. The wheel choice is phenomenal with that black with the chrome lip. It's just great, and it even has wing mirrors. I mean, come on, this is just great. Lamley, I'm pretty sure it was Lamley anyway, said that this is almost as good as a premium, and I can't deny it. It really is. There's barely anything missing off this car. I mean, the side tampos would be nice, and I think it will come to premium just with how well it's been received by the community there. But this is just a lovely silhouette. It's been done again fantastically by Hot Wheels, executed just perfect, and I really, really do like this one. And there's no flaws in it. It just didn't quite make it because I think it might be the colour. There is a second variant of this coming out later, but I think this is probably going to be the peak of this car. The next variant's in silver, but this is awesome. The tampo work is phenomenal. All the headlights and rear lights are accurate. They're not like made up, as you can see there. They're not just cheaply done, and honestly, this is fantastic from Hot Wheels in the mainline. I don't think anybody was expecting this to be executed so well, but here it is at my number 3 spot. I'll move that out of the way now, and number 2 is off to the side. That's probably why the mic, you might hear a bit of sound difference as I announce. This is my number 2. Alright, it's over here, it's just off camera. I think some of you might be able to guess. Others will have no clue about any of these cars being in my top 5 because you'll probably be new to the channel. Here it is, the Lotus Avaja. Now, not just this cast, because last year it came out in horrible colours in my opinion, in a green. That would not be in my top 5 by any stretch of the imagination. But this one in the wine red with these wheels, it just works. It works phenomenally. This cast is really, really well done, but that colour threw me off last year, and I was really hoping they would bring it back this year in a better colour, and they did just that. From literally everything, this car is perfect. It has tinted windows. It has really just nice black accents all over. The tampo work is just spot on, phenomenal. Just great. And they even decided to put the spoiler up, just like the Rimac on this. That's kind of a debate. People aren't too happy with that because obviously when the car's not moving, it's supposed to be down. It's active aero. So technically, whilst this car is sitting like this, it's not actually accurate. And this car is never going to be going 60 miles an hour in Hot Wheels form, or by many people, unless you're going to do some kind of crazy thing to it. I don't know what you'd be planning if you wanted to get it to go 60 miles an hour or more. But there you go. This is absolutely my number 2, and number 1 is just unrivaled. It always has been, and I think probably always will be. Every single time I look at it, I just think, wow. Same with this one though, to be honest. Is it unrivaled? I don't know. I think that Mercedes might climb up, because the more I look at it, the more I want to move it up. It might, alright, and this car might shoot right down the list by the next time I do this. There might be new cars. That Boulide, which is coming out later this year, might just topple loads of cars, because I am a big fan of what I'm seeing from that. So yeah, this is my number 2 spot for the Lotus Avaja. And the final car is by far my favourite. It's no competition. This is, in my opinion, the best version of this car to ever come out. It's in the Nissan pack in purple. There's no point in telling you all that without showing you. I've given the game away. The Yokosuka Skyline. I believe this is from the 70s. In fact, I know it's from the 70s. It's really tuned up, has the wide body flares, has the intercooler on the front, has the covered up headlights, so it doesn't need that tampo work on the front. This is, and I mean it when I say this, phenomenal. It looks way better in person. The colour is perfect. It's like a greeny blue. A metallic is phenomenal. The tampo work is so clean looking. We have that singular white stripe on the side. We have the JDM-L badge on the rear fender. We have the Hot Wheels logo. Tons of good stuff here. As you can see there, just subtle details there. No tampos on the front, but honestly you don't need it. It just looks phenomenal. Everything's there. And I keep saying this is phenomenal because that's my actual opinions on this car. Every time I look at it, I just go, wow, that is a stunner. From everything, the wheel choice, the colour is phenomenal. They decided to put it on the 500e this year, and that nearly made it into the top 5 list just because of the colour alone. This is just amazing, and I'm a JDM lover at heart, so this one is just lovely. The colour, it's one of my favourite colours. In fact, it is my favourite colour I've ever seen on a Hot Wheels car. The car, absolutely one of my favourite cars. It's so legendary, and it's just executed perfectly by Hot Wheels. This is, in my opinion, deserving of number 1. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, and that's totally fine, but wow. When I got this, it was not my favourite. Well, I did love it. I absolutely loved it, but it wasn't my favourite. The Falcon was my favourite at the time I got this, and still after I got this it was. But this has just climbed up that list so rapidly, and now just sits there at the top, unrivaled, in my opinion. I know a lot of people would definitely pop this Mercedes in first, and it's a contender, alright, but honestly, it's not quite there, in my opinion. Anyways, here are all of the cars in order. I nearly skipped a car there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Press that notification bell on if you don't want to miss any uploads in the future. Share this in any groups or with any friends or family who may be interested. And yeah, that's it for this video. Here's a quick pan over of my 5th to 1st place Hot Wheels that I have picked. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye everyone.